Jamahal Hill expresses interest in moving up to heavyweight to challenge Tom Aspinall. Speaking to TNT Sports, Jamahal said, "I think Tom is a stud. I think Tom is like the new prototype of what heavyweights are. I definitely want to do my thing at 205 and then go up and eventually see him too. So Tom, get ready for me, baby. Someday." I think he has great movement. I think his coach is focused on a lot of good things, the right things to give him an edge in this game. A lot of them have the same philosophy as my coaches have and employ with me and things like that. I think he's definitely built the right way, the way fighters should be built. It's exciting. I'm game. I'm always game. Anytime I see somebody exciting or new and they're bringing something fresh to the cage, I want to test myself against that. Michael Bisping believes Tom Aspinall takes Jon Jones' head off on the feet.
If you look at it on paper, Jones has never been a knockout artist with his hands. He takes people down, he wears them down, he has master game plans. The fight IQ is through the roof. Taking Tom down, I don't know. He's a great wrestler. He probably could. He took DC down a couple of times. I think Tom could get back to the feet, but on the feet, I think Tom takes his head off. I really do. Jones has been caught a few times. That Machida probably, and this is the thing about Jon Jones. This is how great he is. I'm going to go back to the Lyoto Machida fight to find out and highlight a time where he was kind of hurt and wobbled, and I don't know when that was, 2012 or something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not ripping on Jones. I think he's incredible, but I did say Jon Jones could not hold a candle to Tom Aspinall, and it's starting to look like that. Yeah, but it's almost disrespectful to Jon Jones to say that. You know what I mean? We all know about the resume. We don't need to go through it. And Jones is legitimately hurt. Look at what he did to Cyril Gane, and then look at what Gane just did to Spivak. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all this. We are kind of getting ahead of ourselves. Jon Jones beat so many great people. And as I said, the fight IQ, the strategy, the wrestling. I mean, Daniel Cormier just out-wrestles everybody, but not Jon Jones. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe I'm just excited. So if you see this, John, don't come after me. Do you know what I mean?
Daniel Cormier doesn't blame Leon Edwards for kicking Ian Garry out of his gym. On his YouTube channel, DC said, "Where I agree with Leon Edwards is this. Ian Garry is a tremendous young talent. He's a guy that looks like a future world champion, but he is also a guy that does not have a problem fighting a teammate. Ian Garry's fighting Vicente Luque. Those guys shared the mats at Killcliff, one of his actual teams for years. The moment they were given the opportunity to fight, they took it. I think that may be part of the reason Leon Edwards is going, I don't know if I want this guy in my gym, learning my skill set, learning what we can do as a team, knowing that if he finds himself in a position that he gets an opportunity to fight for the belt, Ian Garry's not going to say no. And guess what? I can't blame him, because he does not have those ties to the team. I don't think Leon is wrong. Past behaviors are what determines how you operate around someone, and in Ian's past behaviors, it tells me that if he gets an opportunity, he won't turn it down, and I don't think he has to turn it down." Robert Whittaker praises Alex Pereira's leg kicks and how effective they are.
We saw Alex landing, using his jabs, trying to use his straight punches, landing those calf kicks. Those calf kicks.
They were brutal, bro.
Devastating. Devastating. Yeah, take it from someone who's been calf kicked. Like one is enough to break a leg. Like you can break a leg with a calf kick, pretty easily considering. And I think Yuri took like 3 or 4. You saw the way he was wrapping his body, like spinning his body around almost 360 when he was getting kicked. And Alex can get so much power in those kicks. We saw him use those kicks against Adesanya and how much damage he did against Adesanya in those fights with that kick. So Yuri was obviously eating the shots. Okay, he was landing shots with his technical sort of striking, but then Yuri was landing heavy shots, throwing wide looping punches, especially that wide looping right hand was going over the guard of Alex almost every time it landed. Yeah. And you saw Alex was having a bit of a tricky time trying to work out the distancing, work out the range in which he was safe, and working out some defensive measures for Pereira's unorthodox striking. Yuri definitely smelt blood in the water. There's no doubt. And he did put the foot down a little bit more and got a little bit more aggressive. He turned it up a little bit more. He went for the kill. He was landing a lot of significant shots. But I've got to say, Alex Pereira would have to be one of the most dangerous guys to do that to, because he's so well versed at fighting hurt. He is so well versed and so textbook stand-up striking ability that when he gets hurt, you see he keeps that same face. You can tell he's hurt, but he backs up and he's still on. He's still on. You know, he still throws those shots. He's good at countering and reversing and going backwards and fighting backwards. Yeah. He's good at throwing shots backwards, and that's what we saw. We saw him, he backs up against the fence, he threw that hook out, threw the follow-up hook, and he got Yuri.
Colby Covington's coaches reveal that Colby has made big changes to his game leading up to his welterweight title fight against Leon Edwards. They predict Colby will finish Leon in the 3rd or 4th round. Speaking to Sherdog, Colby's coaches said, "We realized that Colby is not a real southpaw, so now we know exactly what we have to work with him. Get his cross better, get his orthodox better, and we did. If you look at him now, he's amazing. He doesn't drop his hands like before, like a boxer. I don't think it's going past the 4th round. I think TKO 4th round. 3rd or 4th round TKO Colby." The UFC has announced 2 major fights in the light heavyweight division today, 2 rematches. First, we have Alexander Rakic versus Jan Blachowicz 2 set for UFC 297. The 2 fought back in May of 2022, where Jan won via TKO by knee injury. The rematch between Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev has also been made official today. They're set to fight at a UFC Fight Night on January 13th. They fought this past October, and the fight was declared a no contest due to an illegal knee. Sean Strickland believes that Dricus du Plessis is actually the more difficult fight over Khamzat Chimaev. Sean versus Dricus goes down at UFC 297 on January 20th. On his YouTube channel, Sean said, "I think Dricus is like so awkward he's good, where it's like, you know, I'm a million times better than him. I spar guys he's fought. I know who he is, but he's so awkward he's good. It's gonna be a fucking war. He'll be a tougher fight than Chimaev. Chimaev, he doesn't fucking deserve it. We all know that. The only reason why Chimaev gets that shot is because he sells a lot of tickets, that's it. At the end of the day, man, I'm happy with Dricus. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I'm just happy the UFC is doing the right thing. He's next in line. He fucking deserves it. They've been doing a lot of fuckery lately with the rankings and bullshit. Just fucking wrong, man. We need to go back to a professional sport where rankings matter, because as of now, rankings mean fuck all shit." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, "Leon is a good dude. He could have trashed him in that statement and instead went out of his way to clear it up that he didn't knock Ian out. Respect." The second one's from North Sea 750. It says, "It's kind of weird how so many different people have issues with Ian Garry, but it's never Ian's fault." And the final one's in reference to Zaddy Dynamite. It says, "Aljo the kind of guy to befriend the entire UFC roster." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.